some stuff out, which seems a bit odd now that I'm standing in the room having a chat to you all. Now you might be wondering, what on earth is a woman who used to pass and catch for a living doing being mates with a esteemed ecologist like Rhys? And until about 15 minutes ago, we'd actually never met each other face to face. But I do feel like we know each other, because about a year ago I was working on ABC Radio in the afternoon, and we were looking for someone just to have a chat about some science and some nature, and Rhys's name popped up in the ABC database because he's a media tart, and
absolutely right.
I thought he might be interesting to have a chat to, and he was obviously fairly well credentialed to do this. I'm going to read just a few of his credentials that I've picked up. He's a recipient of the President's Distinguished Service Award from Humboldt State University for his leadership in conservation biology, an Outstanding Environmental Awareness Achievement Award for the planet from the Dr. Rhys's Planet from the National Society of the Daughters of the American Revolution. We don't have great sounding names like that in Australia, do we? We have like the Daughters of the Australian Revolution first, I guess.
We're not very revolutionary.
No, we're not revolutionary.
We went through some bumps early on.
Yeah, let's work on that. And an Outstanding Achievement Award for writing The Insatiable Bark Beetle from the California Lutheran University. And so these achievements obviously stated that he knew what he was talking about. And during the interview, it would come as no surprise to you that Rhys reduced himself, me, and a lot of the audience to tears with his passion and his stories about the war that is being fought on nature all around the world, and the fact that nature must fight back. And it was incredibly moving, and it made me understand this man is so passionate about his field of endeavour and about making sure that the earth remains as good as it can be for the next lot of generations. I'm the mum of a little girl who is Elsa from Frozen today, and since she came along, I'm that much more interested in making sure that people like Rhys get all the support that they possibly can. It won't surprise anyone who knows Rhys that when the interview was played, it actually inspired and infuriated some of my listeners. Hopefully more people were inspired than infuriated, but the fact that we got some phone calls that disagreed strongly with him indicated to me that there's a lot more work to do in terms of educating people about what is actually happening out there. So since then, Rhys and I have chatted quite a bit on email, and I've got to know him, and he told me one day that he thinks that if he ever settles down again, it might be with an Australian wife. When I told my very large husband that, he said, "Good luck to you, Rhys, because I'm expensive to run." So you might want to find a cheaper version. But it is Rhys's global passion that brings us here this afternoon, and I think there's nothing more global than conserving and protecting our oceans and everything that lives within them. So Rhys has a long involvement with sea conservation and counts the late Steve Irwin and St. Bob Brown as amongst his many friends and admirers. So without further guff from me, it gives me great pleasure to introduce Earth Dr. Rhys Halter to talk about his ninth and perhaps most important book, 59 months in the making. Yeah. Chef NBC, the race to say that.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, before I commence tonight, it's very important. There's a few people I would like to thank who are not here. My mate, Jeff Hansen, Director of Sea Shepherd Australia, has done so much in the last couple of years. We've worked together on the overall campaign, our oceans, and Lisa Rossi, one of his right-hand generals or admirals, we might call in the ocean world. She has helped, and all of the